Hello, this is Chaim Shapiro, and this is LinkedIn for Business. Today, we're going to talk about how to optimize your LinkedIn profile so that you're able to promote your business. We're going to talk about how to do some of the advanced search features in order to find potential leads, how to engage those leads once you find them, and other ways to promote your business via LinkedIn. We're going to start with optimizing your profile, and to do so, you go up over here to this little picture of yourself. Click on that, click on View Profile, which is going to take you into the edit mode of your profile. First thing I want to point out is this picture over here. I've seen this about 1,000,000 times where somebody wants to put their actually company logo there. That is not what I advise people to do. There's a separate thing called a company page, which we can talk about a little bit later. But for the purposes of LinkedIn, this should be a picture of you, and you should be wearing the kind of clothing that you would be wearing if you were at a networking event looking to talk to potential clients. You definitely want to keep that in a professional way, and you want to keep it as a personal photo, not as your company logo. Now, the way to make the changes there is to go in here and to click the little pencil button, and that'll allow you, when you go in here, to upload a picture, drag, straighten, do all sorts of different things to get it exactly the way that you want. When you're ready for that photo to be the way that it wants, you just click apply, and that'll do that as well. Now, a better place potentially for you to put that logo is up here on your background image. Background image is a way to help you promote your brand. So a logo would be great over here. You see, one of the things I try to promote myself as is somebody who's able to give an excellent LinkedIn workshop. So here is a video of me giving, or a picture of me giving a LinkedIn workshop. So the point here is to put something here that helps promote your brand. I have one of my colleagues that does really, really well. I want to show you this because I think this is a good idea for folks potentially to copy. Now, you'll see my friend Rich Grant, who is a career counselor, has 3 split picture up over here. I think that's a really, really good idea. You could put, for example, your logo in between and 2 action photos around that. Obviously, he used some kind of third-party app or photo kind of editing service outside of LinkedIn to do so, but I think that is a great way to help promote your brand and to put your picture up there as well as your logo. I'm getting back into View Profile. A couple other things I want to point out here that I think are important. Back up over here, I think your LinkedIn headline needs to be optimized for your business. This is your first opportunity to sell who you are and what you do. Usually for businesses here, you're going to put something about how you're able to provide the best cybersecurity solutions for people's problems, or you can provide the best widgets to companies across the country. The idea here is to really tell people who you are, what problems you're going to solve for them. You have about 130 characters. I would advise people to use as many as necessary to really get that idea across. In addition, you have the opportunity to put a little bit more of a narrative here in your summary. Your summary is about twice as long headline, so you can put more information on that. You see, I do have my email address here, and as well as having my actual website. They're not live links, so you want to be careful about that, but it is important to put something there that helps promote you. Give more of a description of how you solve those problems, or how you provide those cybersecurity solutions, or how you provide the best widgets. You can have some more information down here, which I do because it is searchable, but it does not show up over the fold, as I like to say, on your summary statement on your profile. In addition, this is a great place to put what we call rich media content. If you've given a presentation, here's a 3-minute LinkedIn video that I've done that I have embedded right into my profile. Great place to put that. It can be hosted on something called SlideShare, which is another discussion, but you can put numerous rich media content things right here into your summary. I've seen a lot of people use customer testimonials on their videos and embed that right into their profile off of this. I think that is a great way to help promote your business. And just to show you what that looks like here on your profile, when you scroll down here, you see here is the summary that shows up above the fold. And here is the rich media content. Somebody could simply click on any of these and I'll be able to see the information that I want to provide to them. So I think that's a very important component of optimizing your profile, is to use that summary. And in addition to the summary, include that rich media content that helps present your brand and what you're able to accomplish for people. Next thing that's important, people ask me about company pages. Now, I work for Turo College. That's my main business. You'll see here that I have the Turo College logo here. If you have your own company page, and it can be worthwhile to create a company page just for this purpose, I'm going to put here where I can add new work experience. Now, I don't really use this business title, but if I start typing in the name of my business, Zara Consulting, you see there? That popped up and my logo popped up. So if I actually click save right now on my profile, it would actually say that Zara Consulting, and you'll be able to actually put that with the actual sync and the logo up there directly onto your profile. And down here, just describe again with more detail who you are, what you do, what you've accomplished, things that your company has done. And in addition to that, you can also add a bunch of much more rich media content to your profile that is more specific to what you are, what you do, and who you are. Now, to keep moving down the profile here, I think skills are an important component of this as well. Here under skills, you have to highlight the top 3 skills. Now, if you're looking to do this for business, highlight the skills that really demonstrate the problems that you're going to solve. If you are a cybersecurity person, which is the example I'm using, come right in here, click in cybersecurity, and that'll give you some opportunities to take a look at things that are related to that, or just add cybersecurity to your profile by clicking the add button. Do that, and then actually when you have that up there, people have the opportunity to endorse you for it. Just to show you here, you can choose which of 3 skills are actually shown at the top of your profile. You do so by just pinning one over here. Now, if I unpinned one of these, public speaking, then I could pin, let's say, social media, and then click save. And that would actually change that. And you'll see up here, social media has now been changed. I want to go back and change that again because I like what I had there under public speaking in terms of who endorsed me for that. Recommendations are even a better way to get people to recognize your work. This is when people are actually able to give more of a narrative about who you are and the problems you solve for them. The opportunity here is to have somebody really say, you know, I got the best widgets, or he provided cybersecurity solutions that really solve all of my problems, and you can embed that right into your profile. Now, you can ask for a recommendation from somebody. If I wanted to ask for a recommendation from, let's put in Dovi Honeg right here, and I could select my relationship with him. Yeah, we worked in different things, or I reported directly to me, whatever it happens to be. And then afterwards, I'm at the position, which is my current position, I can actually make that request. He cannot actually put this onto my profile without my permission. In other words, when he sends the recommendation, I have the ability to take a look at it in this pending file before I approve it. If I don't like what he said, I don't have to approve it. I can just leave it off, I can delete it. Or as you see here, where somebody tried to spam me with a fake kind of recommendation, I could just dismiss it, or I could ask that person for a revision. And then only when I click add to profile will that be added to my profile and become part of my profile going forward. So that's the basic quick version of what you need to do to optimize your profile for business. The next step is, what do you do in order to help promote yourself and find leads that might be of value to you? Now you'll see here, I have what's called your communities. These are things that I search on a regular basis that allow me to see people who are having conversations around certain things. LinkedIn is my specialty, so I have LinkedIn pinned here at the top. If I click this, I will see conversations where people use that particular hashtag LinkedIn. Now, to show you exactly how you work this, let's say I wanted to go with that cybersecurity example again. I go up here, click cybersecurity, and that's going to show me people who actually use that particular hashtag here, cybersecurity, in their posts. Now, if I wanted to, I could go in and follow up on any of these particular people and see, let's take a look at Thomas Chapman here. And he's the social media community manager, secure recruitment. I could take a look at his profile and potentially see if there's any way to engage him, or see what he just posted to see if there's a way to engage him there as well. Because when somebody posts something, that's a great opportunity to utilize what they posted as an engagement opportunity, because you have the opportunity to comment on what they posted. Now, going back here to cybersecurity. Oops. I could come down over here, click more, and say something on the comment section to this particular post. Why aren't more organizations using separate networks? I could put something like this down here where I say, that is a great question, or something along that is a great question, and put it in there, then click it, and that's a great way to engage the person to start. We're going to talk about having your Twitter profile on here, because that's another great way to engage people. Now, one of the other things I think you do want to do is actually add something to your pinned community, because when you do that, I think it shows up more frequently here among the new posts. You see the new posts are sorted by the top posts. That's done individually by each individual account, and what you have here in your communities does help in terms of making sure that you do see the ones that you want to see more frequently. If I go to discover more, and I'm going to click in that cybersecurity here again. And if I click follow, that means I'm now following cybersecurity. And if I go back down here to my communities and I find that cybersecurity, if I pin it right here, click out, you'll see that appears right here. And from that point forward, I can always easily check it. And if I do check it on a regular basis, what's going to happen is it's going to start showing me more cybersecurity related posts at the top, which again gives me the opportunity to engage, for example, with Jim Cahill and see if there's something in this post or something somewhere else that I can engage with. And here he is on Twitter, which is a great opportunity. Let's see if he's active on Twitter. And he hasn't really posted, it looks like, for a while. Oh, he did 60 seconds ago. So here's an opportunity for me to take a look and see, you know what? Let me see if Jim Cahill said something on Twitter, and I can respond to that post on Twitter without actually selling something. And one of the difficulties on LinkedIn is if you go right into the sell and trying to sell somebody something, very easy for them to say no. This gives you the opportunity to build those relationships without actually selling something for somebody. So again, doing that by engaging on their actual posts, but also even better by doing so by engaging them and talking to them on Twitter. Now, let's talk about doing some more advanced kind of search features here on LinkedIn as well. So if I go up here to the search tab, and we're just do people here. This is the advanced search feature here on LinkedIn. I'm clicking all filters here because that's going to give me the most robust search capabilities. Now let's go in there and use information technology as that example again. Clicking on this, and I'm going to click apply, and it's going to show me information technology people. That's way too many to deal with. Let's go back in here and say, I want people who are cybersecurity people. Okay, so now it's 136,000. Still too many. Going back to all filters, I only want to talk to people, let's say, who are CEOs. So I put in CEO over there, and then I click apply. And now we are down to 3,862, which is more manageable. Still a little bit much. I can go back here to filters and say, I want to find somebody who works at this particular company. Click on that, click apply, and I have now found, let's say, Jean or Jean here. And let's say he's the exact person that I want to connect with. Couple of options here now. Now you see this message is locked. I can't send him a message because I'm not connected to him. I can see if he's on Twitter, which he is. I can go to Twitter and see if there's an opportunity to engage him on Twitter. Or I can actually send him a connection request right here on LinkedIn. Important thing, when you send a connection request, it gives you the opportunity to add a note. Add that personal note to tell people why you're connecting with them. It makes it much more real and much more likely that they're going to accept that connection request. Perhaps even more importantly is that after you send that connection request with a personalized message here, it's going to end up in your messaging system. So there's going to be a record of that. Here is somebody that I connected to a little while ago. Personalized message is right there, so somebody can see that, either her or I, in further correspondence and connections and other times that we talk to each other going forward. So I think it is very, very important to personalize that connection request to make sure that you have that in the messages. Do not go right into a sell here. I've seen people do this all the time, where as soon as they find somebody, oh, I'm connected to him, let me sell him widgets or cybersecurity right now. Not the place for it. You don't want somebody who just connected to you that you don't really know suddenly selling you products that you're not interested in. Even if you are interested, build that relationship first. Again, engage them in one of their posts. Engage them on Twitter first. Build that relationship before you go into the sell. Because if you go right into that sell, chances are they're not going to be very interested in engaging with you or buying what it is you have to sell. Okay, in addition to the advanced search and setting up your profile in those ways, I want to show you how to do status updates that actually help promote your brand. So here, on a semi-regular basis, you could actually put as an actual article, a photo, video, ideas, and other things up here and post it onto your profile. That will show up in other people's feeds here under their posts. Pop this right into here, and you'll see this is going to create a preview video of the actual video that I'm trying to share here on LinkedIn in 3 minutes or less. And when I click post, that's going to post it. But another thing I can do here is I can go down and say, you know what? I really need Duvi Honeg to see this video because Duvi is the kind of person that can really help promote this or be very interested in seeing it. Then if I click the post button, which I'm not going to do because I've done this before, that'll end up on his profile. Plus, he will get a notification that I posted this. You can actually see how your posts are doing. Let's go, and we're going to discard this, and I'm going to go into some of the activity I did a couple of days ago. And if I go down over here, you can see right over here that I've had 594 views of this particular post. Let's say he was viewing it. And I'm going to click the show more button here, go back to that. Now, this is a former client of mine. I've given LinkedIn workshops, so it's great that they're seeing my stuff. But look here, students, interns, career counselors, recruiters, human resource folks are all seeing that post as exactly my target audience. So I think it's important to check this on a semi-regular basis to make sure you're hitting the people you want to hit with this information and these posts. If this came out to people, again, who are in cybersecurity, then I'm probably sharing the wrong things or the wrong people are part of my network. So I want to make sure that I'm actually hitting the people that I want to hit with these particular posts. Now, I've heard some people recently say that they think it's a good idea to have quantity over quality here. I could not disagree more. You do not want to put up information just to put up information. When you have quality information, share that information. There's no point in putting up garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. You don't want to be noticed just for being there. You want to be noticed for putting up information that helps present you as a particular expert in your field. So my advice to you is not to follow some of the herd now who are putting up just random videos of themselves talking about some great thought they had while they're going on their morning jog. Put up quality content, and you can put it up on a regular basis if you have quality content, but don't just put things up to put things up, because then people see you and don't think of you as positively as they may have done so in the past. So that's the brief introduction into LinkedIn for Business. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, Chaim Shapiro at gmail.com, or on LinkedIn.